What's up, buds? Welcome to another episode of Earbuds Chit Chat. This is a podcast.
No.
Where you and me,
Lucas
and Ash.
Yes.
We talk about good albums, bad albums, mediocre albums. But today, we're not doing that. We're having a chit chat. We're talking about music-related topics.
Yes.
And we're just having a discussion, maybe a debate. And this time...
This would be interesting if we start debating on some of these songs.
It's like, I don't think that made you cry.
Yeah, I don't think you should cry to that.
These are going to be our not top three, but these are three songs that made us cry.
We have to pick three?
That's what I thought.
Oh, fuck me.
How many did you pick?
I have some slashes. I have like
Slash?
this/this, and I have like 5 lines total. So I probably have like 8 songs.
I do have some backup songs.
Okay.
If we're trying to get real deep in the trenches there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like you said, the songs we're going to be talking about today are the songs that make us cry when we listen to them. Full disclosure, I'm not afraid to admit I'm a crier in general. Like, I cry when I'm frustrated. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when things are going good. I cry when things are going bad. And some of these songs are not necessarily like sad songs. Actually, the first one that I'm going to mention is probably a very happy song, to be honest. But there's something about, I don't cry when I just listen to music. I'm crying when I'm singing along with it.
Yeah, well, yeah, because that's when the emotion kind of like hits its nexus, is when it's coming out of you. And yeah, it's happened more than a couple times that I wasn't planning on crying.
Right. And
then it just happens out of nowhere.
And with the songs that I put on this list, it's like it happens every time I sing along to the song. It's like it doesn't fail. Like, I cry every time. And some of these are weird, man. Like, you know, spoiler alert, I have a couple metal songs on here that I cry when I sing along to.
Really?
Yeah. And
wow.
And a dance song. And a punk song and an acoustic song. You know, I'm all over the place. And for a long time, I've tried to figure out, why does this song in particular always make me cry? And I don't know if it's the notes, if it's this certain succession of notes or the melody that just brings the emotion out of me, if it's me hearing the emotion in the singer and it's coming through me while I'm singing along. I don't know what it is exactly that makes me cry every time I sing along to these songs, but it just never fucking fails.
I'm not in that same boat. I do not cry consistently to these songs. These are usually kind of one-time events for me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's no songs that you cry every single time you sing along?
There are songs that make me feel a very certain singular way each time I listen to them.
Right.
In like a crying kind of mode.
But you shove it down. You push those emotions deep down.
I am very new to being a crier.
Okay.
I am a crier now. I'm a Cancer. I always have been. I always will be.
I don't know. I don't care about the astrological thing.
All I know about Cancer is that we cry a lot. We're very emotional.
Okay.
And it
I'm an
seems
Aquarius.
true to form.
I'm an Aquarius, so I'm a water being.
You got an age.
So I like being wet, I guess, so I cry a lot.
You're always moist, is something I've noticed about you.
Oh, yeah, fully moisturized.
I am very new to actually letting myself cry. Because for the longest time, you know, Ray's like, don't cry.
What? Really?
Well, yeah, not by any particular person. Definitely not by my parents or anything.
Oh, just like the toxic masculinity of American culture?
Yeah, just kind of like going to school and like I was very out of control as a kid, and part of getting in control of that shit was like stopping myself from getting emotional like that.
Wow. And so you repressed emotions for a long time.
Yeah, that was a big part of my upbringing.
God damn, I've never done that. That must have been awful.
It's weird, man. I almost have to force myself to cry sometimes. It's like
a
hard thing to do, but I've been doing it more, and it's been I've been letting my emotions out a lot easier.
It's such a release, man.
HRT has definitely helped.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
There is
You're a lot of whack, dude.
It's like you kind of feel your emotions a lot more tangibly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're stronger, but they're a lot more tangible. They're a lot more like, I don't know, it's there. And so these are moments that it's usually a one and done, but when I listen to these songs, I kind of get back in that space a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't know that about you. Like, I think I had the opposite. My upbringing was I grew up in a Hispanic household. Both my parents are from Dominican Republic. And you think stereotypically, usually Hispanic and Latin cultures are very macho. You think as stereotypes, and sure. I find that is really not the case. I grew up around people from all over Latin America and Central America and the Caribbean, almost from like every different country. We had so many different friends from all these different backgrounds, and I don't remember. I think 9 out of 10 of those men were extremely in touch with their emotions. Probably more so than the women.
Damn.
Probably more so than the women. It's almost like the women were the ones that were the strong ones that kind of kept it together, and the guys were the ones that were just like could just fly off the cuff and start crying or start screaming, or like it was very wild swings of emotion. And I'm really thankful that I grew up with not just a mom but a dad especially that like encouraged me to be to let it out. Like from a very young age, I remember my dad telling me like, "Hey man, cry. Like cry if you need to cry. Like what's wrong with crying?" And I'm like, okay,
dude.
You know,
that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's amazing. It's amazing thinking back on it, and being like, wow, like my dad is such a huge reason why I am so comfortable with my emotions, and I am so comfortable like sharing my emotions, And yeah. Let's get into these songs, but I'll say like, I am not crying because I'm sad. Like I'm not listening to these songs because I'm sad. Like. When I cry along with these songs, like I could be in a great fucking mood and put on one of these songs and start singing along and just start sobbing and just like choking up, and my throat gets all fucking tight, and I start like I can barely get out the notes, and I'll admit that I do try and hold it back because I'm just like, yo, sing the fucking song. You don't have to cry every time you sing this fucking song, but I just do.
If the emotion is there, let it fucking be there, baby.
It's always there, and it's just
let it thrive.
It's always there. Maybe I'm just always like on the verge of crying. I'm realizing,
just as a default,
just as a person, my day to day is like I'm always on the verge of tears. But let's get into it, man. What is? I didn't put these in any necessary order, but I will say that my first one is probably the one that like really gets me every time.
Okay, what is that?
I'll go ahead and start. Whitney Houston. Just from her angelic voice, she always blew my mind growing up. But there was a song that I didn't hear until I was like in my late 20s, and it was a song called "I Want to Dance with Somebody." That song.
I want to dance with somebody.
I want to feel the heat with somebody.
That song?
That's every time I sing along with that song, I am just like a faucet, dude. Just waterworks. And I think it was because I think the first time I heard it, I had just gotten together with my life partner, Christina. We've been together for like almost 6 years at this point. So I think I must have heard this right after we got together. And I never once thought about like marriage or anything like, those kind of milestone moments in your life. I never thought like, oh my God, what would I want my first dance to be at our wedding, But I heard I Want to Dance with Somebody, and I was like, if me and Christina get married, we're going to dance to that fucking song.
Aww.
And I'm going to cry my fucking eyes out the whole time we're dancing. And I'm going to be smiling, but I'm going to be crying.
I get something that I'm probably going to ask you on each of these songs is like, is there a specific line that gets you, or is it just like some random part of the song? Whenever I start singing, it starts.
It's the chorus.
It's the chorus.
It's
really
the chorus, and it's the emotion I hear in her voice and the emotion that it brings out of me when I'm singing along. That it is never fails. It makes me cry every fucking time, and we're gonna play it right now.
Yeah, here we go. That's gonna be the odd part of this whole thing.
I know.
It's like y'all are gonna be listening to little previews of this song on Spotify. Otherwise, you won't be hearing anything on YouTube.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, that's my number one, man.
God damn.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be there and record you.
Crying.
Just have that for have that for me.
God, I've thought about learning that song on acoustic and just doing one of those like really moody, slow acoustic covers of it. And I'm just like, I wouldn't be able to perform it.
You probably wouldn't be able to practice it.
Literally, dude, I would cry every single time. I know I wouldn't be able to do it, so I haven't even tried.
Oh man. Well, let me start off my little list with a kind of honorable mention, I guess.
Okay.
And that would be the album Laughingstock by Talk Talk.
Oh, you've brought this up a few episodes ago.
I have. Yeah. It's a very important album to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's not one specific song, but the album as an experience gets me in that same kind of mode of like emotional kind of heaviness and release without the actual physical action of crying.
Is it it makes you get really introspective?
Yeah, it's a very, if you haven't heard it before, it's Talk Talk's last song. They're arguably their like magnum opus, and it's a very spacey, very ambient album. And that's weird because I don't usually like albums like that, but this one is just beautifully constructed, and it just is very introspective, like you said. It gives you a lot of time to think. It's just very moody and calm-ish in that way.
Okay.
That it gives me that emotion. But that's kind of like my honorable mention. I've never actually cried to it. But it's that same kind of feeling.
You've never allowed yourself to cry to it.
No, I've never allowed myself to cry.
Got it.
I can't cry for like fucking an hour long or however that long that album is.
You'd be surprised.
Very well. But my first song is one that I've talked about on this show before.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, is it It's My Life?
No, it's not a Talk Talk song.
Oh, it's not a Talk Talk song.
No, that is the only Talk Talk mention on this
Okay,
list.
got it. That was the honorable mention. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this song we talked about in probably our like 5th or 6th episode. It is Pup's song off the album The Dream Is Over. And do you remember? It's called Can't Win.
I don't remember that song, no.
That is a song all about just like, I mean, what the title suggests. Like, it feels like I can't win. I'm growing up and I'm giving in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, great song.
And it's starting to hurt. And it's like, I was like driving home. I was like in my neighborhood and I had to pull over because I was like singing to that song. And before I knew it, I was just like crying and just like, I just needed to get these fucking feelings out. I was at a very hard rut in my life at the moment.
Yeah. Just
like felt like nothing I could do to get out of this cycle that I was in.
Is that when we were in Mortalis together?
I mean, it must have been. It must have been that kind of era.
Because I remember us just being frustrated with like, God damn it. Like, what is it going to take for people to hear our music? Or what's it going to take to break out to that next rung of, you know, like success or something? And it's just like, I remember a lot of like, all of us were pretty frustrated at some point in that band. And I think I remember you telling me that, like, you drove home one night after practice and it just like got to you or something. I don't remember, or after a show or something. I don't know.
I mean, it must have been after a show because I did usually feel those emotions, especially like no fucking shade to literally anybody
right
in the Austin scene, but there would be people we'd play with, and I would think selfishly, man, I think we really have something special.
Yeah.
Why do these guys have such a fucking following?
I know.
And we have like literally nobody.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a very like, I don't know. It was my band, so like
obviously I thought we were the best band in Austin. Like I know that energy, you know.
I kind of felt the same way with with Burn Band, I thought we were a really good punk band. I really liked our sound. I was really proud with the stuff we were making.
Yeah.
With Mortales, it was the same way, but it was also, we had this air of accessibility that we didn't have with Burn Band.
Right.
And I thought for that reason, it should be pretty easy to garner a following. We didn't get anyone.
No.
But it's just that frustration of just like I keep trying and nothing is working, and I'm just getting tired and I'm just getting older and it's getting harder to do this stuff.
Right. And if it doesn't work, then what the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. Dude, I'm
there.
there.
That is Can't Win encapsulated.
Yeah.
And that is that is one of my songs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm at 36 and still feeling those emotions. My next one is it's kind of tied. It's two songs by Killswitch Engage, and I've told you this before. I've told you this like way when we first met. I feel like with that I was just like, oh, Killswitch makes me cry when I sing along to it, and it's just a fact. And I think a lot of it has to do with Howard's vocal delivery. He just has so much emotion in his singing and also in his screaming that I feel it. And when I sing along with him, I'm right there. I feel like I'm just like feeling the same thing he's feeling, you know? So the two songs are, one song is from the End of Heartache. It's called The Rose of Sharon.
Okay.
It starts out like super fucking like you wouldn't think I would cry to this song, but when it gets to the chorus, man, like, what is it? Let me get to this chorus. Yeah, it's like, what will I need to behold the smile, the face of love? Like, just, he's just like, oh, what's it gonna take, you know? And it's just so much emotion in that song. And the other one by them is called The Arms of Sorrow, and that's from the album that came out after End of Heartache. I can't remember what the album title is now, but that one is just like that chorus I think is just meant to be a fucking tearjerker of a chorus. And they don't use a lot of backup vocals in their stuff, and on Arms of Sorrow they do, and they have the guitarist like singing really soft in the chorus and Howard just screaming over it, and it's just like, I mean, it's literally called The Arms of Sorrow. It's just this super emotional, heavy emotional song, and every time I sing along to it, I'm literally like choking up in the car, like singing along to this song. And you're gonna hear that song now. Okay, anyway.
The song.
I need to put in those moments. No, I can't put both songs. This episode's gonna be 2.5 hours long.
That's fucking true.
Yeah.
At this pace.
But yeah, I mean, I know it's really weird, and it might be weird for a lot of people, but Killswitch Engage is just one of those bands that just gets it out of me, dude.
The couple of times I've tried to listen to them, I just do not get that impression. I have to listen to those fucking songs.
Yeah, The Rose of Sharon and The Arms of Sorrow. Both of those songs are just like, you just feel it, man. It feels like Howard's lyrics are always very personal, which I feel like, you know, stereotypically and maybe generalizing metal music, you don't get a lot of personal lyrics a lot in metal.
It usually tends to be a little more detached.
A little more kind of like these big concept type songs, like we're talking about the government, or we're talking about tyranny, or we're talking about war, or whatever. Like this is like Howard sounds like he's talking about some Howard shit. And it gets some Howard. This is some Howard shit, and I'm in for it. And I think a lot of people criticize Howard on his vocal delivery, and it's like one of those things, you either love it or you hate it. And when I first heard him, I'll admit he sounded like a Muppet. And after a while, I'm just like, yo, this guy's vocal, he's one of my favorite metal vocalists of all time. I'm with him. I'm a ride or die fucking Howard stan, dude.
Man, I
wow, literally speechless.
I don't know. I don't know what to fucking say. I think I'll never be able to understand your fucking feelings for this band.
I know.
And that's, I don't know. It's very cool. I'm about it.
I mean, I at least I appreciate that you feel like you don't have to understand to appreciate it.
No, man. You know? No, not at all. It's your fucking emotions and your fucking songs, dude.
If we make it through this episode without crying, That's a feat. That's a feat.
We'll see. As long as we don't like start singing the songs, I think
that's what I'm holding back, yo. Like literally singing just that one little bit of Rose of Sharon. I was just like, okay, teared up. I gotta take a step back.
Well, let me hit you with my next one, and it is
hit me with your next one.
It's Joan Jett. Hit me with your best shot.
You're like every time.
Just yeah, dude. And when she says like "I love rock and roll," man, I like fucking felt that, dude.
Oh my god, I just cry over my jukebox.
I'm gonna start with kind of, I don't know how many I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But I thought of this one while we were recording. If you saw me looking at my phone, it was to ask my partner what this song was called.
I was thinking it was very rude, but continue.
Well, I wasn't listening to your stuff, so I don't know if it was rude or not.
I know.
But this was on the way back from, we had just gone out to like a pumpkin patch at a farm, in like outward Seattle or something. And we were driving back, and I was just appreciating the scenery. And I was just with this beautiful person that I just love so dearly.
Yeah.
And we had this great experience. We went through this like corn maze, just like this great experience, great atmosphere.
That's adorable.
And this song comes on, and it's kind of the final like push to like break the dam. And it was called
Was it Ocean's Avenue by Yellow Card?
It was Ocean Avenue by when that violin hits, dude.
Ooh.
It's called Rosalind by Bon Iver.
Ooh, dude, Bon Iver has some very cry-worthy music.
He has some very cry-worthy music.
Yeah.
This particular song was on, I believe, Twilight New Moon.
Yeah, Twilight had some weird banger fucking soundtracks, dude.
Yeah, it was like Paramore's contributing music. Like a lot of people had some really good songs on there, and it was still like after everything had happened, we all settled down. She was like, "You just cried to a Twilight New Moon song." I was like, "Fuck."
You're like, I know what I did.
I know.
I know what I did.
Why do you think I was crying?
Did you know that the song is featuring St. Vincent?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But it's I wouldn't say it's necessarily all because of that song. That was the song to break the camel's back, but I was just feeling very emotional. I had finally...
It was the catalyst.
All these emotions of like, I finally got out of Texas, and I'm in this place in my life that I like never thought I would be. Mm-hmm. Where I'm in this beautiful place, and these new paths are opening up, and I'm meeting people that I can have a deep connection with.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of that realization of like, I'm here. I'm like doing it. I'm like living life.
Yeah. You know? I love those songs that can make you reflect like that and make you kind of take a step back and go like, wow, look at all the things that I have, or look at all the wonderful things that are happening right now. And honestly, it's for better or for worse too. 'Cause when things are going really bad, some of those songs kind of make you think about that shit too, but it's good. It's a release,
Yeah. I think so. It's a nice memory.
I'm listening to it right now, and I mean, of course, you're driving, this is on, you're reflecting on like, how your situation is so different than it was just, not even just a year ago at this point, and it's just like, you're finally getting to live the life the way that you want to live it. And you're being who you are, and you have all these great things going on, and it's like nothing's fucking perfect, but like, goddamn, man, like the appreciation that you can get for just the little things in life. I went through a corn maze today with a partner that I love, and it's just like, that's a beautiful thing, man. And I think a lot of people don't take the time to like reflect like that on life.
It's kind of difficult sometimes.
Well, life is nonstop, man.
We're all very future oriented.
Yeah.
And it's hard to appreciate the little shit happening right now. If it wasn't for all these little things combining into a big thing, there was also like a flock of birds that like flew over at just the right time. And it's like,
it was the first sunny day
like,
in Seattle in like 6 months, probably.
Right. And it's like, okay, like the fucking universe is needing me to cry right now. So I guess I'll cry.
Yeah. And it's like the birds were flying in slow motion somehow. You're like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, and like, and there was like a breeze that flew my partner's hair back.
Of course. God is just like sprinkling things here and there just to make you fucking cry.
Yeah.
God's like, come on.
That person is right. Yeah. That person has made me cry tears of joy many, many, many times.
Yeah. I mean, I just turned 36 like almost 2 weeks ago, and I took the day off on my birthday, and I went to the beach with my dog, who I've had since I was 21. So I've had this dude for 15 years of my life. I've been with my amazing partner for almost 6 years now, and I'm on this like gorgeous beach. It's amazing weather. I had one of those moments 2 weeks ago, man, where I'm just like, wow. Like, I never thought I would be here, you know? And it's just like, nothing's perfect. Obviously, there's other things that I would love to have and be doing and, you know, all of that right now. But it's just like, man, being able to take a step back and like really appreciate what you have right now. It's just like, that's the important thing, man. The day to day is super important. So I'm glad you had that moment, and I'm glad that song made you cry.
Yeah, man. And there's more to come. So let's get into your next one, dude.
My next one's also another random one. It might not seem random to you because it's my favorite band, RX Bandits, favorite band of all time.
This still makes sense to me.
One of their songs had to end up on my list.
Yeah.
Many of them, but the one that
Can I guess?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because I don't think you're ever gonna guess it.
Really?
Yeah, it's random.
Is it Not Off the Resignation?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's Off of Progress.
Off of Progress?
I know. It's a random song, dude. It's one of those that it's like I want to dance with somebody where I'm just like, I don't know why this song makes me cry every time I sing along to it.
You're just a fucking unique dude.
Yeah.
And I appreciate so much the way you feel things, man.
Thanks, man.
I'll be honest right now.
Thank you.
I'm looking at this shit. Babylon.
Babylon don't make the rules.
I'm gonna say In All Rwanda's Glory.
Good guess. Incorrect.
Which one is it?
It's Status.
Status.
I don't care
how
she treats me anymore.
You fucking told me this before.
Oh, I did? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about RX Bandits fucking so many times
extensively,
on this podcast.
dude.
And we still will. We will keep bringing them up.
Yeah, this is low key an RX Bandits like fan club podcast at times. And yeah, there's a specific the second verse of the song where he goes like, I ain't got no time for fucking all night, but I still got the voice to sing. Basically talking about like, I don't have, he's not rich. He's not famous. He's not banging, girls left and right, but it's like, he still has a good voice and he still gets to sing for a living. And he still, he still has this in his life that he just appreciates and loves so much. And when I sing those two lines in particular, I got no time for fucking all night, but I still got the voice to sing. Because he goes like, but I still got the voice to sing. And it's just Matt Embry's amazing voice. And those lines, it's like once I get to that still got the voice to sing line, I'm already choked up. I can barely get the notes out. Like, it is just, it's always a moment when I'm listening to that song. And it's not a sad song. It's a fucking happy song. Where he's literally saying like, I ain't got no status, but, who cares?
Yeah, it's a kind of a triumphant song in spite of your situation.
Yeah, it's like he's saying I ain't got no status, but at least I still have a mind of my own. And I'm just like, wow, what a fucking strong statement. And it's just like, man, when I heard that album in high school, I think that's another thing too is Progress got me through a really tough time when I was like 14, 15. And so it probably brings me back to that time also, where it's just like, man, I was struggling with like mental health and body changes. I was like 14, like I was struggling with a lot of stuff. And
going through it.
I had just had like a really major surgery and I was recovering from it and it hurt really, it was just one of those just a period in my life that album was what got me through it. And that song in particular, just like, I guess it just brings me back to that moment too. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah. Damn.
Plenty of other RX Bandit songs that make me cry though.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're your favorite fucking band.
Yes.
Would you say there's one off each album? Would you say it's that
At
frequent?
least. I would say the only album that probably doesn't have a song that makes me cry is Gemini Your Majesty.
Really?
Yeah.
They're shit off the first, those damn bandits?
I never listened to that.
Okay. Wait, yes, you fucking did. We did the
Well,
whole
I know,
fucking...
but no. Like,
All right.
no.
Okay.
It's not, I literally, that's never like in rotation.
I would say there's a shit on Halfway that would elicit a tear or two.
I'm sure. I'd have to go look at the track listing, but Status for sure. Never Slept So Soundly on Resignation. Definitely. What's the fucking song about taking pills on And the Battle Begun? That's like I swear this is the last time I tie it. She used to dream with moving pictures. It's number 3.
Number 3 is In Her Drawer.
In Her Drawer. That song makes me sob when I sing along to it.
Song makes you...
I weep.
You weep.
I weep. I go fetal.
Just curl up.
Yeah. While I'm driving.
Make it better.
While I'm driving, so it gets dangerous.
Yeah. You usually get through, though. You're actually kind of a better driver when you do that.
I drive with my knees when I go fetal when I'm in the car, so it's
kind
not...
of let God do the rest.
Exactly.
You know?
I leave room for Jesus.
Let's get on to another song.
I wish we would.
This is a song by a band called Ramshackle Glory. I don't know if you've heard of them. It's kind do you know Pat the Bunny? Do you know...
I know Bad Bunny.
Close.
Okay. His music makes me cry for a different reason.
Do you know AJJ? Andrew
No.
Jackson Jihad?
No.
These are all just kind of folk punk bands.
Okay.
And it's a very folk punk feel. It's like they had one mic in a room of 7 people, all with acoustic instruments.
No one's showered in like 3 weeks.
Right, yeah. Kind of a crusty kind of thing. But this is their most popular song as far as I know, and it's called Your Heart is a Muscle the Size of Your Fist.
Jesus Christ.
And it's a very emotional song. It goes through a lot of bobs and weaves, a lot of ups and downs, but the ultimate message is like the chorus, your heart is a muscle, size of your fist, keep on loving, keep on fighting, and hold on for your life, you know. And it's just kind of another, like, in spite of all this stuff that is, all this shitty stuff that's happening, in spite of the world kind of being shit and all these people going through all these things, just try to keep loving.
Yeah.
Try to fight with your heart and not give in to, you know, to all the darkness, I guess.
I like that they have a song called Vampires Are Posers.
It's a good album. You should
I'll check it out.
It's kind of long.
I'll check it out. I like this subgenre of punk for sure. I think I like that. I like that, you know, it's kind of your heart is a muscle, like you have to work it out, like practice love, you know?
Yeah, the size of your fist. You know, it's a very, like, I fucking, the lyrics on it are great. It gets to a pretty, I guess I would warn people who want to listen to it. It does mention suicide.
Okay.
In a kind of vivid way. If you just be careful of that.
It kind of makes me think of Streetlight Manifesto when I'm like listening to these lyrics right now, and Streetlight's kind of the same way where they can get really heavy and really serious, and a lot of his lyrics are like super personal, and they have a song called The Big Sleep that is like, man, that has made me cry in the past, The Big Sleep. And it's weird that a ska song will make me fucking cry, but I guess it's not that weird when I think that a fucking metal song and a dance song can make me cry too. It's like,
no, you so far have the weirdest selection I would think of any fucking person.
Yeah, I would say yours are more like on brand for songs that should make you cry, you know,
but
especially that Bon Iver song.
Right. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
you could listen to these like, I could see how that would happen, but that's just your unique fucking heart, man, and I love your fucking heart.
I got a big pig heart that is super emotional.
And I don't know. This song gives me a lot of strength when I need it, and kind of it helps. You know?
Nice.
What's your next one?
My next one is another dual song. It's like I couldn't pick between the two.
You get to have so many.
Seriously, when I think about like songs that make me cry, I'm like, okay, well, this list like never ends. So I couldn't just pick one. But it's two songs by a guy called Colin Hay. He's the singer of Men at Work from the 80s band. Yeah.
Really?
Like, what's that song? The Down Under song that they got really big?
Living in a land down under.
Yeah, he's the singer of that band, and he went on to do solo stuff, which is mostly all like acoustic, guitar-driven stuff.
Yeah.
And he just has a really unique, incredible voice. And two songs in particular always fucking get me, dude. One of them is called Waiting for My Real Life to Begin.
Okay.
And it's mostly like, I'm choking up even thinking about the lyrics. But his voice is amazing on it, and it's basically talking about dying and where like real life begins after death. That's kind of how I picture it. Like it starts out where he goes like, any minute now my ship is coming in. I'll keep checking the horizon. I'll stand on the bow and feel the waves come crashing down, down, down on me. Open your heart, let the light shine in, but you don't understand, I already have a plan. I'm waiting for my real life to begin. And you're like, oh my God. Like, just immediately choke me up. And it's just the way he sings it, and it's just him and an acoustic guitar, and it's just so beautiful and so emotional. And the other one is more of like a straightforward, like, hey, reflect on your life right now. Right now, while you're listening to this song.
Hurry up. Go.
And it's called Beautiful World. And it's a song about the simple things in life and how much he appreciates the simple things in life. So he's talking about how much he loves swimming in the ocean, how much he loves making tea.
We seem to keep coming back to this like appreciating the small things kind of vibe.
Yeah, and even like the Whitney Houston, like I Want to Dance with Somebody, it's like the reason that song makes me cry and makes me feel emotional is because like I finally love someone that much. You know, like the person I'm with, I love her so much. I'm just like, I don't want to dance with anyone else. I want to dance with Christina. That's it. You know, like there's no one else.
You don't even want to. Well, wait a second.
No, I don't want to dance with you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's all good.
We've had this routine
from a distance.
We're performing in like a month.
Yeah, but like we're gonna leave room for Jesus, right? I wasn't planning on going chest to chest with you, but
I was ready to get some heat for the fucking devil.
You're like, I wanted to work up some friction.
I was trying to get some friction.
I was hoping for some static electricity.
I was trying to like feel something, you know.
But one of my favorite parts of Beautiful World is he goes, it's a thing that he repeats again over. He goes, my oh my oh my, it's a beautiful world, and that's kind of the setup for every new part of the verse or whatever. And then he starts describing things that he loves. And my favorite part is at the end where he goes like, my oh my my, it's a beautiful world. I like sleeping with Marie. She's one sexy girl full of mystery. She said she doesn't love me, but she likes my company, and for now, that's good enough for me. And I'm like, damn, fuck.
These listening to these songs for the first time, it sounds like you could pretty easily imagine the guitar accompaniment to these vocals.
Yes,
it's nothing groundbreaking. It's what you would imagine for these kind of softer.
Fucking crying, god damn it, we did it.
It's happened.
We did it.
We finally broke the fucking dam.
That was the one. I knew that was going to be the one.
That was the one.
I knew it. Every time I sing that song. All right. I'm good.
All right. Get it together.
That's how comfortable I am with crying that I'm just like, okay, I'm crying. It's fine.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've literally like sat there and like sang that song to Christina, just like a cappella, like singing in the kitchen. I'm just like sobbing. Tears.
Yeah, dude.
It's waterworks right now. It's not stopping.
It doesn't seem like it's a total
damn it.
downpour, but
No, it's a steady drizzle.
it's a steady. We got them overflow on the cup there.
It's a light sleet. I'm crying half frozen tears right now. Hey, we did it though. I finally cried on an episode.
It took that long.
I'm pretty sure I've cried before on an episode of ours.
I've tried to make you cry a lot.
I know.
Not for
good reasons.
More like for like revenge type reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, this is what you get for fucking canceling on me again.
You better fucking got this right here.
I feel like I haven't had any water until we started recording this episode, and now I just have enough like hydration to be able to cry.
Just suck it back in.
I'm trying. I'm like officially dehydrated now. Doesn't that suck after you cry? Do you ever feel like you're dehydrated after you cry?
No, yeah, it's like very tiring. Usually,
it is.
Like I have a headache. Like I want to take a nap.
Same.
You know,
I sleep like a baby on days that I cry.
It's tiring,
and I always get a headache too.
Tiring.
I always get a headache too. It fucking sucks.
How many more songs are we?
I have one more. Here? I have one more.
All right, then I'll finish off. With.
You're like, do I want to get into this? Hey, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, I think I'll just leave that for Lil Ash.
Okay.
But this last one.
Some things you gotta keep for yourself.
Just keep to myself.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I was listening to that Colin Hay song, and it just went to Down Under, which is quite the flip.
Yeah, completely different vibe.
I have two by MCR on here, and I won't talk about one, but I will talk about the other.
Okay.
And this latter one is called Famous Last Words. It's the last song off the Black Parade.
Okay.
And it is specifically like the chorus that makes me tear up. Again, it's for empowering reasons. It's for like, I can do this. I can make this happen. And the chorus is, I'm not afraid to keep on living. I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. Honey, if you stay, you'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say could stop me going home. And it's just this, after this, the last song on this album, full of turmoil and talking about death and agony and just all this stuff. And it's like a final triumphant, I think something that's usually been misunderstood about My Chemical Romance is that they have always tried to empower their audience through these songs.
Okay.
And they've never been like, a band that's like, I want to fucking die and that's it and you should fucking kill yourself too. But no. It's always... It's always like they've been trying to fucking empower you through that and give you the strength to get through these trials while completely like acknowledging that this stuff is like these emotions are happening.
Yeah, you're validating what you're feeling, and then you're also just like live it, feel it, like let it happen to you, and then move on, right? And I've always felt that way about My Chemical Romance. Like Welcome to the Black Parade is one of those songs that you're just like, that's a tearjerker of a song.
Yeah, that one probably made me. I would have cried when I first heard it in like middle school if I let myself.
If you'd only allowed yourself to do it.
If only.
But yeah,
I'm making up for lost time now.
My Chemical Romance is a way of doing that to a person. They it is kind of, it's weird. It's the same thing as like RX Bandits, who started out as like a ska punk band, and it's just like you can still write a ska punk song that can get someone there, Yeah. And my last one is another ska punk song that just for some reason this song just fucking hell, man. It really gets it out of me, and it's a band that I don't think a lot of people know. It's a band called Suburban Legends,
you've mentioned them before.
I'm sure I have.
I don't think have we listened to an album by them?
No.
No.
But I did mention to you that after I saw them, they opened up for the tour that I saw RX Bandits and Real Big Fish together. And Suburban Legends were like one of the opening bands. And after that, I want to say it was pretty soon after that, they became the house band of Disneyland in Anaheim.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And they have that energy. They have that, like, we're not just a ska band, but we're like a really fun ska band. And we're not like really talking about, like, literally the first song on this record is called High Fives. And they have like Up All Night, Do It For The Kids, Blingity Bling. Like, these are some of the titles of their songs. And they have one song called Bright Spring Morning. And it's all about, like, leaving your town to be something bigger and better than what that town would allow you to be. Which is a very punk thing to sing about.
Very, very on brand.
Yeah, but the lyrics are like, go... roll down your windows, crank up that radio. Let's drive until we hit the sky. It's not about what we want. It's not about it's not about where we go. It's time to start feeling right before we die. And it's like, oh my God. And there's the bridge in particular is just like, it's this part where they kind of break it down and they have all these like nice harmonized vocals like ooh, and the singer's going like, it's all in my dreams, yeah, and all the background vocals are going like, all in my dreams, ooh, and they just build it up and it's just like and he's going like, on this bright spring morning, like he's just like, it just feels like one of those like triumphant, like, let's fucking get through this together and like, let's, like, and there's hope. It's a very hopeful feeling song and it's just every time makes me cry.
This sounds like your run-of-the-mill ska song.
At first.
It's very upbeat. The something you can always count on for ska is like those fucking good harmony vocals.
Yeah.
Those like backup vocals.
But something very special about this song, and I think the part that really gets me is when he, after that kind of bridge part, is he goes like, what I need is a long holiday. And he's just like, what I need is a long holiday. What I need. And it just gets like bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he goes like, what I need is to get away. And he goes, from you for good tonight. Let's fly. Like, it's just like, it's just like such a fucking one of those songs that you're just like reaching up to the sky and just like, dude, I can do anything after this song, so that is my last one and probably right up there with all the other. It's right up there in terms of like, it just really fucking gets me there. And I love it. I love it for that. I put on that song knowing I'm going to cry.
That's what it's for.
That's what it's for. And it's even when I'm in a good mood.
Sometimes you just want a little cry. I don't know.
A happy cry is not the worst cry. It's a good cry.
Y'all, if there's anything to take from this episode of the podcast, it's that we're little crybabies, especially Lucas.
Especially.
But be a fucking crybaby if you need to. Fucking cry.
Let it out,
fucking
man.
Cry. Don't be like me, where I was raised, I was like, I can't cry. I have to be the fucking man. Because even if you're a fucking man, you have fucking emotions. And
lots
you have
of
to
emotions.
cry. You have lots of fucking emotions.
Yeah, there's a reason why, you brought up suicide. There's a reason why there's an epidemic with young males killing themselves these days, and guys who have felt like they had to suppress their emotions because then they're going to either be made fun of or be seen as like, weak. Or you're not, no girl's going to love you, or no woman's going to love you if you cry. No one wants to be with a weak man, whatever.
Which is so funny because it's like such the opposite.
It
like,
is so the opposite.
What kind of person wants a partner that is like emotionally defunct?
That whatever person wants to be with someone who they don't want their partner to show emotions, they have issues also.
Yes.
100%. That is a red flag. If you cry in front of your partner and they give you a hard time for it, or they make fun of you, or they
like fucking ditch them on the spot. That cannot lead to any good shit.
They're not worth your time. They're not worth your time at all. And I love that I'm with a partner that encourages it and, loves that I have that, side of me, and even friends, man, like you and so many of my friends that I have felt very comfortable crying in front of. And it's just like, it's super healthy, man. So if music helps you get there, then fucking listen to the music that helps you get there, because it is a very healthy, natural thing to do. And, yeah, man, fuck toxic masculinity. Fuck, repressing emotions and repressing how you're feeling, dude. Like, live it, feel it.
Live it, fucking feel it, let it out. It's gonna get out somehow.
It might as well do it the healthy way, right?
Do it the fucking healthy way.
Yeah.
The emotions don't go away.
No, they don't. No, they get worse.
They don't just disappear.
It only gets worse, man.
So fucking figure it out. Force yourself to do it if you need to. That's what I have to do a lot.
Hey man, I cry, and I also go do boxing, and I punch shit really hard to get all of my range of emotions out. So like, you can be complex like that. Just because you cry doesn't mean that you're not. You don't have any other aspects to your personality.
But thank you all for listening to this episode of the podcast.
It's a long one.
Yeah, I think this might be our longest chit chat.
Yeah.
But, we were getting into some shit today. We're getting into some real shit.
We were. I don't know if I'm going to actually put the music in this one. We'll see. It's already almost an hour long.
Yeah, that might be a bit much.
We might make a playlist. Maybe we'll make a playlist. I'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all can find us at EBPcast on Instagram, Earbuds Podcast. We're on YouTube, where you can get like little shortened versions of most of these episodes that we include the songs in. You can find us on Spotify, where you can get little previews of each song. Maybe not on this episode, but on past ones, certainly.
And also you'll get the full song if you have a Spotify Pro account. So you'll actually hear the full song if you're a Spotify account member.
But also, it's really easy to skip. If you could just hit the skip button and it just goes to the next part of the podcast.
You're not forced to listen to it.
It's, I don't know.
And you're not forced to listen to
it. It's a lot easier than I thought it would be.
You're not Yeah, I know, right? I was wondering about that too. And you're not forced to listen to us, buddies. So thank you for listening to us.
You can just listen to the song segments.
Go listen to the songs.
You don't even have to hear us talking if you don't want.
Yeah, exactly. Just listen to this. Skip the fucking talky parts for all I care. My hope is that one of these songs makes y'all feel something, and you allow yourself to feel it. That's all I want from this episode.
Man.
Did we mention our Instagram? EBPcast?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Look out for us, man. We got at least 2 episodes a week where we're always talking about something music related, whether it's an album or a topic. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about on our chit chats. Ash, this was good.
Lucas, this was good.
Bye.
This was a well-needed reprieve from life. Okay, thank you all for listening. Bye.
Bye.
All right.